Tell us in your own words what you said.
I said, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. Why are you in my face? Why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security?
Yesterday was day 2 of Cardi B's $24 million trial, and you are not going to believe what Cardi's alleged victim had to say. Forensic evidence and witness statements that could completely flip this $24 million case on its head are coming forward. From the victim getting caught up in her own lies to lawyers screaming and making fun of Cardi for getting up, this trial is turning out to be absolute chaos. Did Cardi B really spit on a security guard and threaten to rip her face off? This is everything that you should know about Cardi B's $24 million trial.
Cardi B's going viral for her testimony, arguing she did not touch a security guard who's suing her for assault allegations. The security guard claims Cardi B cut her face with a fingernail and spat on her. She says it happened outside an obstetrician's office during the rapper's not yet public first pregnancy. Cardi B says she was 4 months pregnant with her first child in 2018, visiting a doctor's office that closed on a Saturday for her privacy. And she says that security guard for the building followed her to her appointment and appeared to be filming her. And Cardi B testified she was worried about her privacy and safety.
Cardi, are you happy to finally be telling your side of the story? Cardi B returns to a Los Angeles court to face this former security guard who's suing, claiming the singer cut her left cheek with a 3-inch fingernail and violently struck her in the head, face, and body.
Cardi B claims that you were following her and you recorded her and she didn't touch you. What do you have to say?
The singer, who's known for her elaborate long nails, is accused of clawing at the security guard Imani Ellis's face when Cardi was pregnant with her first child in 2018. But Cardi testified today she didn't harm the security guard.
I was pregnant. I couldn't protect myself, even if I wanted to. She's like twice my size.
The alleged assault happened on February 24th, 2018. According to court documents, Cardi B was visiting her OBGYN doctor at a Beverly Hills medical center when security guard Imani Ellis began recording videos of her. At the time, Cardi B was 4 months pregnant with her first child and didn't want anyone to know that she was pregnant. Imani alleges that when Cardi B found out that she was recording her, Cardi started screaming at her and even tried to punch her. During this altercation, Cardi allegedly also spit on Imani and scratched her face. The scratches Imani got as a result of this assault were so bad that she eventually had to spend $16,000 to get plastic surgery. Eventually, Cardi's OBGYN and hospital receptionist had to step in and separate the two. Months after the incident, Imani was fired, which she claims was also because of Cardi.
Excuse my language again, but she said, yes, the you did, and then she put her finger in my face.
When she put her finger in your face, did she have long fingernails?
She did.
And approximately how long were her fingernails on the day when she put them in your face?
About 2 to 3 inches long.
What were the words that she used that were so hurtful?
She used a lot of words, and again, excuse my language, but she was like, F you, you fat ass bitch, that's why I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna get you fired. This, that. That's why you do security. Ah, that's why you do security. Ah, she was sticking her tongue out. She was flailing her arms up and down. She was jumping up and down. Body shaming me. I mean, racial slurs, just a lot.
And did she spit on you?
She did.
Did her spit actually land on your body?
It did.
Cardi B has denied all the allegations, and according to her, a physical altercation never happened. Imani, on the other hand, has doctors that back up her claim. Imani's plastic surgeon was called to testify, and according to him, Imani spent $16,000 getting surgery to fix scars that Cardi gave her. Minutes later, however, things start to get ugly.
When she took a swing at you, it didn't hit your body, right?
No.
Did the defendant use her fingernails to cut your face?
She did.
As a result of the cut to your face, did you have to see 2 different plastic surgeons?
Yes.
Did you undergo plastic surgery?
I did.
Aside from calling you the N-word, spitting at you, taking a swing at you, cutting your face with her fingernails. Is there anything else that she did on February 24th, 2018 to you?
I mean, the whole incident was super traumatizing for me. She did a lot that day.
This is where Imani's story starts to unravel. Cardi's lawyer caught Imani lying multiple times, and to make matters worse, her story keeps changing. During her testimony, Imani swore that Cardi scratched her face, but during the deposition, she said it was her nose. The closer you look at this story, the more it becomes clear that something isn't right here. Imani didn't report the assault until 2 years later, and claims that everything bad that has happened to her in the last 7 years since then has been due to Cardi. Guys, it's giving obsessed.
The only scratch that you report is a scratch on your nose that you supposedly suffered that day, correct?
I'm not sure.
Do you need another moment to look at this?
I reported that she touched my face with her finger, sir.
Ma'am, the question is, in your incident report, you told your supervisor 2 days afterwards that you suffered a scratch on your nose and no other scratches were mentioned, correct?
Okay.
What does okay mean? You agree?
I don't agree with what you're saying, but I'm saying okay for the purposes of your question.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that means, but let's move on. After the incident, you don't even know if there was any blood, right?
It broke the skin.
Please, ma'am, miss, answer the question I'm asking. You testified at your deposition that you did not know if the alleged scratch, this time on your cheek, even bled. Isn't that true?
Correct.
And you didn't go to a doctor that day for this alleged assault and battery, did you?
I saw a medical doctor, but not at the day of the incident.
Okay, again, let's focus on the questions I'm asking. You allege that you were assaulted, battered, beaten up, scratched somewhere, sometimes on the nose, sometimes on the cheek, and you went home and took a nap, right?
I was
That's what you
upset.
testified at your
Yes.
deposition.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe called your mother, right? That's what you testified to, right?
Yes.
You didn't call your grandmother, though, did you?
No.
When your counsel was asking you questions today, he said that he basically elicited testimony from you that since you didn't think you were going to sue, you didn't take any pictures of your alleged injury in February 2018. Isn't that what you testified to?
Yes.
At your deposition, though, you testified you took pictures that day, and you can't find them. They disappeared somehow. You remember that?
I'm not sure.
Pain, right hamstring pain, but you had no report, no reference in 161 pages of medical records to a scratch on your face. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And there's no reference in 161 pages of medical records to anxiety, post-traumatic stress syndrome, blows to your head or face. Correct?
Yes.
That only came up when you filed this lawsuit, right?
I'm not sure I know what you're asking.
Imani is twice the size of Cardi, and keep in mind, Cardi was 4 months pregnant when all of this happened. You're telling me a pregnant woman beat up a security guard twice her size?
Walking forward.
Right. And she's, you said she's bigger than you, is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, look.
I'm looking, I don't agree with that. What is your basis? Are you saying she's physically bigger, she's taller?
I mean, you have her medical records,
I don't
right?
have anything. I'm asking you the question.
I mean, I was 130 pounds at that time.
So she's overweight, right? In your opinion?
Objection, relevant.
She's a little.
You don't need to answer me.
Okay. Did you make fun of her that she was overweight when you were there in the hallway?
I don't think so.
Did you call her fat?
No, I was calling her a bitch.
Bitch?
Yes.
Every doctor that Imani called to the stand, including her own plastic surgeon, only proved what Cardi had to say. Photos from the week of the alleged assault assault clearly show that Cardi didn't even have pointy nails at the time. After the assault, Cardi went inside her doctor's office and continued with the appointment. If Cardi had really violently beaten someone, wouldn't she have tried to run away?
And does this picture refresh your recollection about what your hair color was that week?
Yes.
What color was it?
I'll say like a ashy, dirty blonde.
Can you see your nails in that photo?
Yes.
And were you wearing acrylic nails or some other type?
Acrylic.
And I think you testified yesterday that acrylic nails can last you up to 2 weeks, is that right?
Yes.
Are those the nails you had the entire time you were in LA?
Yes.
How would you describe those nails looking at them in the photo?
I'll say, to my taste, they're like kind of short. They're square, they're boxy. They have like stones, flat rhinestones in the middle. They're orangey.
I'm sorry, did you say the flat rhinestones were in the middle?
Yeah.
And how long would you estimate I know you said you feel like they were short, but could you estimate how long you feel like they were?
Like an inch, maybe less, an inch or so.
And what shape are they?
They like coffin square.
Are those the nails you were wearing on the date of the incident?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd like to move this into evidence and publish it for the jury.
That's wonderful. Thank you. So if we look at that, that's your right hand, correct?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
And if you wanted to scratch someone with those nails and cause them to have a cut to their face, you could do it with those nails, can't you? The nails that we see in this photograph, are they sharp in your opinion?
Objection, Your Honor.
Overall. Well, it's referring to the photograph now.
No, they are not sharp at all. Those are not sharp nails.
Okay.
What about the photos that Imani took? She just got beaten up by a world-famous star, and according to her, Cardi scratched her face up. But here's where things get messy. When those pictures were shown in court, they didn't exactly match the story she had been telling. It's not that the scars aren't as serious as Imani was claiming, it's that there are no scars at all. Like, there is literally not a scratch on her face.
I hope the jurors in Cardi B's trial got their eyes checked. I hope they all have perfect vision. Because in order to assess the evidence of the plaintiff's alleged injuries, they're going to need it. Plaintiff Imani Ellis was working as a security guard when she claims that Cardi B assaulted her. She says that Cardi B yelled at her, called her terrible names, and scratched her face with her long fingernails. Now, I want to show you the photo of her alleged facial injury. And if you wear glasses like me, you'll want to put them on right now. So let's take a look at this together. The woman's cheek injury that supposedly required over $17,000 worth of plastic surgery to fix. Do you see this? The only thing that I see when I look at this photo is why Cardi B went to trial. Good for her. You know, my friends, she is wealthy and she could have made this go away if she wanted to, but she didn't settle. And when looking at this exhibit, I can see why.
You can see Imani's plastic surgeon try to explain how there are scars, but keep in mind, Imani is paying this man $2,000 an hour to take her side. And the way he testified it almost felt less like medical expertise and more like a paid performance. Every time the defense pressed him with tough questions, his answers started to wobble. The only procedure that Imani had done was microneedling. This is just a payday for Imani and her doctor.
Because the middle finger being longest, it grips the skin first, so it's the highest. The central scar is the highest. And the fact that they're parallel is highly suggestive of a fingernail injury.
Is that to a degree of medical certainty?
Yes.
And what does it mean for the jury, if you could explain, what does medical certainty mean when an expert makes that type of
51% or more. It's the most likely explanation. There are other explanations, but this is the most likely explanation.
And in order to formulate your opinion, you reviewed medical records, correct?
Well, I did, but that wasn't as important as the physical.
No, of course. I was going to go through a laundry list of what we did, but why don't you just tell me, what did you do to formulate your expert opinion?
The number one thing I did was examine the patient.
No, it's not good. Okay, there's the main scar here. And this entire area here shows differences in the skin, sort of a general area that's very different from the rest of the skin. And there's a little linear mark here, and there's another one over here. So those are the three marks that I was talking about. This is the main scar down the center, and this is another mark to the side. Here's another mark on this side. So those are the scars, and this is the whole area that's affected. So it has a little bit different. The pores are of different size, and they're a little washed out and a little, they've lost some of the normal undulations of skin, which are called reed pegs. But that happens often with scar.
Unedited photos of the scars from court documents only make Imani look worse. These are clearly acne scars. The defense pulled up side-by-side comparisons, showing how the so-called injuries looked identical to old acne marks she already had. As soon as these photos were unveiled, you could feel the room shift. Even the proof that Imani has is against her.
After seeing them pictures of Imani's scar, she needs to sue her doctor, and then we need to sue her for wasting our time, because this should not have even went to trial. Y'all, this is day 2 of Cardi B's assault and battery trial. Now, they have the plastic surgeon that did the work on Imani on the stand. Now, he needs to be sued because he is saying that it was this deep cut on her face and that it was like 2 or 3 marks on there, which lets him know that it came from a fingernail, because the one in the middle was a little bit deeper, which means the middle finger. Listen, this is the picture. I just know you f***ing lying. That is the picture of the scar. I don't see nothing but hyperpigmentation, which could have came from her weight. And that's not me being funny. They said that she was diagnosed with being obese. So that could have came from that. Y'all, she was in 2 car accidents before going to this plastic surgeon. She is saying that she went to another plastic surgeon at first who told her that it might take at least a year for the full scar to build up so they can do the work on her. But that plastic surgeon has died. The stories are all over the place. Like, I don't just take up for celebrities. I'm going to call it out. If you right, you right. If you wrong, you wrong. And I'm going to stand on that. However, this feels like a money grab.
With nothing else to prove damages, Imani claimed that her mental health was worsened by the event, and she suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder as a result of the alleged assault. Imani's psychologist, however, disagrees. According to him, everything that Imani has said is a lie, and his professional opinion is that Imani is lying for a payday. The courtroom went silent as the doctor explained that her behavior and test results didn't align with PTSD at all.
You would function at a very low level. You wouldn't be able to maintain reasonable family relationships. You wouldn't be able to hold a job. You wouldn't be able to function in major life activities. And again, you would require psychiatric hospitalization and antipsychotic medication.
Did you diagnose Ms. Ellis with any psychiatric conditions?
No. Again, since I equate, for a case like this, emotional injury with have you developed one or more psychiatric disorders as a result of your allegations of the incident with Cardi B, I have no diagnoses for her because she has sustained no emotional injury. Again, in accordance with the published, generally accepted guidelines of the American Psychiatric Association in our diagnostic manual, whenever there is a psychiatrist or psychologist is doing an evaluation in a legal context where financial gain or some other type of secondary gain is at stake, you always have to consider and rule out the risk of intentional manipulation for financial gain. And in that context, in this case, Ms. Ellis has demonstrated a significant pattern of inconsistencies and other symptom validity issues. For example, in my audio recorded examination, again, there's an audio recorded record, she told me, with the exception of a couple sessions of family therapy when she was 12 because her sister had been sexually assaulted by a neighbor, she could not recall a single trauma in her entire life growing up. Couldn't remember a single one in response to my detailed questioning. Whereas, for example, in her deposition, she reported that she was a victim growing up of domestic violence in the home, gang violence, other violence. Schoolmates were shot and killed. She was physically mugged in high school. Her car was broken into several times. None of those were reported to me. So those represent an important mismatch in a legal case where an individual potentially tries to make everything about the incident that can be compensable in a lawsuit. Another example along the same lines is in my audio recorded exam, she told me that all of her emotional problems from the day of the incident, in this case, February 2018 to present, have been entirely due to what happened with Cardi B and absolutely nothing else. And she couldn't identify any other stressors in recent years that could be relevant.
The internet went crazy after this testimony came out. One user said Cardi for sure is not lying. Like she was going to her appointment and some weirdo followed her while recording her? Come on, we know that other women definitely was doing it for the money and still is. She didn't respect Cardi privacy. Especially after Cardi B told her to stop, she still decided to keep going. That says a lot about the other woman. Ridiculous that day was supposed to be special for Cardi, and that other women disturbed for privacy and peace. Cardi is the victim here. She was the one who was being illegally recorded and filmed without her consent. Even when Cardi tried to stand up for herself, Imani twisted the narrative to make it seem like Cardi was the aggressor. But the evidence says otherwise. Multiple witnesses confirmed that Imani was the one pushing boundaries and getting aggressive.
It made you angry, correct?
Yes, I feel like my privacy was completely being violated. I wouldn't want to be anything that had to do with my medical records or anything. Even if I do cosmetic surgery, I don't want people to be in anything that has to do with medical in your business. It's just especially something that is so sacred as your pregnancy is yours. Angry.
How angry were you?
Depends on the level of angry, to be honest with you.
Let's talk about the levels.
I don't think I was like on a high level of angry. I was more on a high level of concern.
Both Cardi B's doctor and the hospital receptionist, who eventually came to separate Cardi and Imani, claimed that they didn't witness Cardi doing anything wrong. That's two neutral witnesses, both saying they never saw her touch Imani. And in a trial like this, testimony like that carries weight. Tiara Malcolm, receptionist at the medical facility where the alleged incident took place between Cardi B and Imani Ellis, also admitted that Imani was the one who attempted to strike Cardi, not the other way around.
You are a licensed gynecologist in the state of California since 2007?
Yeah.
And in your field, your specialty deals with below the waist, correct?
Yes.
What is the reason you would think to look at Imani Ellis's face when you have two people that are yelling at each other with someone in between? Was there a reason that you were specifically at that time looking at Imani Ellis's face to tell us whether there was a scar, a cut, or anything to her face?
When at that moment she was closer to the elevator, there probably was about 3-4 feet between the two, and I got between her and them, and the elevator was directly behind her, so I was making direct eye contact to try to be as assertive as I could.
Okay. Isn't it true that you don't remember what you ate a week ago? Fair?
Objection.
There was definitely curse words, yes, on her end.
When you were there, did Miss Ellis attempt to strike Cardi B?
There was hands going while I was in the middle. I know no one landed, or I was, I didn't even realize, I guess because my adrenaline, that I had a mark on my forehead. So besides me getting a scratch, nobody, as far as them two hit each other.
Who scratched you?
Based off of, like I said, I didn't know that I even got scratched until I went into the office, and the nurse was like, "Tiara, your forehead." But I can only assume Cardi B was behind me, because that was my main concern.
Objection calls for speculation.
So Cardi B was behind you, and you were facing who?
I was facing Miss Ellis.
And you got hit on your forehead and didn't even realize it at that point.
Yeah, blood.
Just let him finish the question.
Oh, sorry.
And so you got hit, you were facing Miss Ellis, and she was swinging away?
I can say there was definitely, when people talk and like this type of action going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And you were hit on your forehead, which was facing Miss Ellis, correct?
Yes.
What happened next?
After, just going back and forth, Dr. Finke came out. Once he came out, I believe after that, I don't even really remember what was.
Even Imani's lawyer was getting aggressive with Cardi and had to be told by the judge several times to lower his voice and work on his tone. The judge's repeated warnings made the whole thing look desperate, like Imani's team was losing control of the narrative and had started lashing out instead of presenting solid evidence. Cardi, on the other hand, remained calm, like she knew she was right.
Tell us in your own words what you said.
I said, "Bitch, get the fuck out my face. Why are you in my face? Why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security?"
Tell it to her now. Go ahead.
Huh?
Say it again. Say it.
Objection, Your Honor.
You want me to say it to
I
her
want
face?
you to tell it to her face what you said on that day so she can hear it for herself
The objection is sustained.
And, Your Honor, do we have civility in the courthouse?
And if you wanted to scratch or cut her face with your right hand or your left hand, if you wanted to do it, you could have done it, correct? So you're not disabled.
But
right?
I didn't, because I had a baby inside me.
How did she know?
Time out. Let's slow down the pace just a little bit.
Are you disabled? Yes or no?
At that moment, when you're pregnant, I'm very disabled. You want me to tell you the things I can't do?
Fine. What was your months? 4 months? 3 months? 3 to 4 months. Fair enough? For what reason over your head? To protect your identity?
It could be I don't really want people to recognize me. My hair not done. My makeup not done. I probably just woke up. A lot of reasons. Very concerned.
And why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant and this girl's about to fucking beat my. Hello?
Hello. Hello, I'm here. So, you said she's bigger than you? Is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, look.
I'm looking. I don't agree with that. What is your basis? Are you saying she's physically bigger? She's taller?
I mean, you have her medical records, right?
I don't have anything. I'm asking you the questions.
I mean, I was 130 pounds at that time.
So she's overweight, right? In your opinion?
Objection, relevant.
She's a little.
You don't need to answer me.
Okay. Did you call her fat?
No, I was calling her a bitch. This is your security? This is your security? It's my fucking phone. It's my phone. You're in my building. That's what she was telling me. And she was like, she also was saying, like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. She's much taller, but she was practically my height. But she is like...
What? Say it.
Security heavy.
What does security heavy mean? Just tell us. Just go on. What does that mean?
Like, she just looks a little like she could protect the building type big. You know what I'm saying? She just looked more developed than me. That's a fucking lie. Fuck out of here. Trying to get some money.
What was that?
I said, that's a fucking lie. Out of here. He's trying to get some money.
Who's trying to get some money?
She is.
How do you know that?
Because she sued me for $24 million.
Will the jury see through the chaos and call out the lies? Or will Imani's legal team manage to spin the story back in her favor before it's too late? One thing's for sure, this trial is far from over, and the truth is getting harder to ignore. Stay tuned, because if this is what day 2 looked like, the rest of this trial is about to get even messier.